Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'll do that again.
Down you go.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. In case you're new to the channel, that's Alex, I'm Gordon, Big G, arsehole, whatever you want to pick. We have got
There's more than that as well, but we'll keep that quiet.
the rods are out, by the way, so if we keep looking lower, that's why. So what are we up to today then?
Well, aye, we're on a pretty dreich looking
Aye, dreich.
west coast. For those that don't know the word dreich, that is it.
It's like raining without it being raining, isn't it?
Just-
You just get wet.
I like it. I think it's quite atmospheric. It's quite cool. Usually the scenery up here is fantastic.
Aye.
Now it's a big curtain of grey.
And it did put a dampener on the plan slightly, didn't it? We were going to do the catch and cook from if you watch the flounder video, this was the day we had earmarked to do the catch and cook fish and chips. Or in my case, just fish.
It's a bit difficult to film a sort of cooking scene when it's as wet as this, and it's just everything gets soggy and minging. So we'll wait for a better weather window for that. But we are on the salt, so it's a saltwater session. It's a winter saltwater session, so they're a wee bit unpredictable. We've fished this mark before, and we've done well, but we've never fished it at this time of year. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm not expecting fireworks, but you never know. What are we after? Any preferences?
Well, I think these sessions I always treat like a species hunt. I'm genuinely just happy to get anything. So that kind of leads on to what we've got out on our rods with your new fancy rod you bought.
Aye, new rod out, christened today.
Alex finally bought himself a new beach caster. So we've got two rods, excuse me, we've got two rods out each. He's got a massive fillet on one rod.
Whole fillet, yeah.
I've got half a fillet on my other rod, and then we've both got a wee scratching rig set up in it. You've got kind of one up, one down kind of.
It's a two-hook flapper.
Two-hook flapper.
Uh,
What's mine called?
I'm the same.
About the same?
Two-hook flapper rigs. Smallish hooks. I might go smaller on my hooks because the rods have been out for about half an hour and they are rattling away, but I think it's small fish.
What size of hooks I put on? I put on quite small ones, didn't I?
Sixes, I think.
Size would you put on?
Twos.
So we'll see what one works.
And then
Hang on with mine.
a big pulley pennel on the other with a big bait.
That's the name I was trying to think of it.
Because there's big fish.
There is big fish.
Not that we'll get any, but
You've had.
Aye, done alright. Aye, a wee surprise skate.
You and Ross have had it.
Ross got one as well. Aye. A big fish for this mark, but it's not
A tiddler in terms
a tiddler
of.
in terms of skate. It was only about £30 or thereabouts, but on standard beach gear, it's quite fun.
It was some scrap, wasn't it? That one, the Ross was hilarious. Yours was more of a stress. You're dancing about the rocks like nobody's business.
I might get hung up on something, but aye.
I've got some footage of both, so whilst we're chatting about that, we'll throw it up. But Ross was the funniest because he literally splashed in, hit bottom, and then he just shouted, "I've got a skirt!"
The real
fear.
screaming off.
It was quite funny.
So there's always a chance of a skate, but more likely to get things along the lines of thornback rays, dogfish, dab. I'm looking for a couple of dab, hence the scratching rig. I'd like a couple of nice dabs. We've had decent ones from here before.
Gurnard.
Gurnards, codling. This mark throws up some codling now and again. So a lucky dip, really. Stick the baits in the water, see what happens.
Correct. They've quietened, didn't they?
Aye. I'm going to check mine because it was bouncing around a wee bit.
You see mine was as well?
Aye.
Right, let's go and check them, man.
So the big rod's fishing away. Very static, but they're fishing away. Second rod, like we said earlier, this is a scratching rig. It's a 2-hook. Flapper rig, size 2s, which might be a little bit big for the bites that we're currently been getting. So I might reduce that and just a little tiny bit of mackerel. That's the top one, and then same at the bottom. 6-ounce lead. And these are producing bites. Don't know what they are yet because we can't hook any. I'm thinking dab. Right, let's get this out. Not massive casts, don't need to, pretty deep right in front of us. It's about 80 feet or something like that. I just hope we get something today. So although it's a small fish rig, I am still fishing it on a drag. Just in case. There we go. 2 rods back fishing. I can guarantee you within 10 minutes it will be rattling away. It's that big rod I want to go though. There we go.
Well, as they say, the blank's off. I do believe that is a small whiting. Caught on the wee scratching rig. And I think Alex will be changing the hook sizes. Because that's obviously what's been rattling away at the rods for about the last half hour. We'll see if he'll get back. Just quickly before I cast this back out. Pretty much the same as Alex, just a couple of wee differences. 6 ounce lead, I'm not using that. That's more used for what do you call them again? Pulley rig in it. For hooking your hook into it, but I'm just using that. It's the first thing that came to hand. And 2 of these we were just discussing there what they might be called. So just kick your hook link out from the main body of the line. And then as Alex said earlier, I'm using the smallest of the hooks today. Size 4s maybe, was it Alex? And then just nicked on the end there, mackerel strip. Simple as that. As Alex says, the bites are coming pretty quick on these rods. And we're wondering if that's what's nipping at the bigger baits as well. Time will tell. I hope we'll not just get a wee scabby lighting for our efforts today. Shallower this side, isn't it? No, I think it's shallower. Is it? Seems to hit bottom quicker.
Well, it seems like we've travelled 2 hours to catch miniature whiting. At least I think that's what I've got on here. This would be the blank saver for me, if it is a fish, that is. What have we got? Something there. Oh, is it a dab? That's a dab.
Species number 2.
Yeah, it's a species, I suppose, isn't it? Well, I did say I would like some dab. There we got one. I was hoping for one big enough to take.
Which is?
Bigger than that. He can go back, I think. But I knew there were dab there. We've had them what, 3-4 times this size. But yeah. And they are really good eating. I don't think you get much out of him, so you can go back. So a whiting and a dab. It's not looking great.
I said to Alex here as I was reeling that in, this feels quite heavy. Another whiting. Lovely colours on them, but all the same. Purples and violets.
Good pike bait apparently.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Heard they're good ling bait as well. We keep a couple of ling baits.
Well, things are getting a wee bit desperate here. Not much happening at all. Tiny little bites, tiny little fish. Nothing on the big rods. I was expecting rays. Weird. So I'm going to have a chuck around with a spinning rod. If you remember, almost a year ago today, we did a catch and cook. It was a frito misto de pesca. And it was a lure rod that kind of saved the day on there. Got us a couple of nice pollock. Because exactly the same was happening. The big rod's just not producing much at all. So I'm chucking this out, letting it drop to the bottom, and then just jigging it up the slope. See if there's any pollock or cod or anything around. I'm not holding out much hope, but you never know. Fishing might not be great, but the scenery up here is unbelievable. When the conditions are like this, that low cloud just hanging under the hills, it's pretty spectacular. It's cleared up a little bit, it looks fantastic. The water's like a sheet of glass, not a single ripple. So it is still nice to be out and all that. Kid myself on there, try to convince myself. And we're caught in the weed. At least there's a bend in the rod. Ain't no fish though. But yeah, plenty kelp around, so there might be a couple of pollock. I'll give it another 10 minutes. I was just about to recast my scratching rig rod there, but my big bait is just taking a bit of a dunt. Left hand rod. I think whatever it is has dropped it though. But that's encouraging. That was a proper pull over. It's been a long, well, it's not been a long day, it's only been 4 hours or so, but it's 4 hours without a fish, or without anything substantial. That's got my hopes up a little bit though, that was a proper bite. But I was going to recast that scratching rig, so I'll do that. Keep an eye on that other one. Yeah, that was a proper bite. Oh, still there. Went again. Oh, I think we'll get something on here as well, actually. It was bouncing around a little bit. Nah, maybe not. It does feel a little heavy. I'm going to say there's another tiny whiting on here. I'm hoping that one just buckles over. Nah, I'm not sure there's anything on this. I don't know, there might be. There might be. There is. It's another wee dab, I think. It is. So Gordon seems to be... Still going? No?
No, I don't think so.
Gordon seems to be on the whiting today. I'm on these wee guys. That one's even smaller than the last one. But you know what? It's still fish, isn't it? We're still catching.
Hold it still.
That rod, I think there's something on that. Still, the slightest bit of movement on that. That might just be a ray sitting on top of that bait. It could just be wishful thinking though, but I'm going to have a look at that. Yep, we're in. We're into something. It doesn't feel all that big. In fact, it feels rather small. I think it might be a whiting. It might be a better whiting. It might be a small cod. Or a tiny thornback ray.
Dogfish.
It could also be a dogfish. I didn't want to say that, but it could be. It is a lovely langoustine.
Oh my God.
Look at the size of that langoustine. That is an absolute lump. I have the size of that. That's my fish of the year. That's the biggest langoustine I've ever seen in my life. Missing a claw.
There you go.
That's an absolute lump. I love langoustine, like to eat. Absolutely love them, garlic butter.
I've never had
And
one
it's
before.
so frustrating that like hundreds of thousands of these are landed in Scotland every year. And the majority of them, 85% maybe, are exported to Europe. We really should be eating more seafood in this country because it's quality and there's plenty of it. It's his lucky day though. I'm going to stick him back. Unless Gordon really wants a single langoustine. Put him back.
Is there size limits on it?
There will be, aye. That's the biggest langoustine I've ever seen in my life. That's like a fiver's worth. Got it back.
Well, Alex says my big rod rattled over there as I was getting another pack of mackerel fillets out. But the wee rod's been going as well, or the wee baited rod. That's quite a substantial bait, so I'll leave that and I'll bring this one in. See if I've got anything. Bit of a ledge there as well. I don't think there's anything on this, Alex. Nope. We'll get them baited back up. Stripped, just about. That a decent bite on that, eh? Oof. That's on, isn't it? Did it go again there? What do we have here? I would love this to be a ling. The writing. A good old fid, wasn't it? It's a dogfish. What kind of cod do you know? Well, I know folk commonly call these dogfish, but I like their other name better. Cat sharks. They're cool wee fish. Powerful fish. And it wanted that bait, look. It's even hooked. Of course it is. 4 sets please. Hardy fish. Could have probably booted that about the rocks for half and then still go back. Look at it. Get these bearings and away he goes. I see Alex and I done a catch and cook on them and I was a bit not sure about this, but it tasted really good. Talk about sustainability and all that. Let's be honest, that's my spicy tomato mackerel to shame, doesn't it? Turns out dogfish is really nice and I'm pleasantly surprised. Maybe more folks should try dogfish, plenty of them. Plenty of them wee guys about.
They went nicely with your langoustine.
I need to say it, I need to mention it, I know Alex has, but see the clouds like this, look at that view. The only thing it's missing is the Braveheart tune.
A proper pull over there on the big rod, on the big bait. It started taking line as well, the rod just went over slowly, tick. Let's get Ray written all over it. Unfortunately I missed it. So, fresh bait, small filter mackerel. That's your main pennel hook. Top pennel hook comes in from the top. Wrap it around a couple of times, nick it in the top of the bait, give it a pull, and then you get a sort of neatly presented mackerel bait. Get this right back out on that spot because that was a proper bite. And it is a pulley pennel rig that we're using with an impact clip at the bottom. Although this impact clip's not really been working very well. These 4-0 hooks are just a little bit too big for it. And that's the idea. Clip down, 6-ounce lead. Give it a whack out, and hopefully there's a few more better fish. We need something decent.
I'm buzzing with the langoustine.
Was it surfing turf tonight then? I have that with your
Yes.
steak. Right, let's give this a whack. Not the prettiest, but it went out. I'm going to check that other rod because that was a cracking bite on that as well. I have a slack line on that one, so yeah, check that as well. No doubt another dab.
Well, a wee scratching rod. And bouncing about there. I'm not going to lie, I'm hoping for langoustines to turn up. I'm going to check that because it was bouncing about something rotten. Don't think so. If there is, it's some wee. Nah.
Bites are starting to dry up a little bit. Still getting little rattles, but it's been a slow, tough day. Not what I expected. I expected a few decent rays, maybe some cod, but not to be so far. But we're going to have to up our game in terms of the saltwater species next year. Because if you've been watching our videos for the last 2 years, you'll know that we like to set ourselves little challenges every year. Whether it be a £6 tench in Tinker Tails, £3 grayling in A Winter's Tale, hunt for a leviathan, Aesop's Diaries, looking for that big pike. We're going to go with something slightly different. Obviously there'll be the bigger fish in there next year as well, but a little species challenge, saltwater species challenge, I think is something we're going to attempt next year. And we've given it a catchy title, Catch 22. So you'll probably guess that we need to catch 22 predetermined species throughout the year. And we've selected species that they're not all challenging, right? We want to make it possible. We don't want to make it impossible or too difficult. But 22 species. Now I'm going to try and rhyme them off. Going to try and remember them. I've not written this down anywhere. But we've got a shark species. So we've got taupe, spurdog, smoothhound, bullhuss, thornback ray. So we've got 5 sort of shark species. Then we've got a couple of flatfish. We've got dab, flounder and turbot. A couple of sort of standalone species in congreel, bass. Then we're on to our sort of white fish, so sort of round fish. So we've got in there pollock, coley, cod, whiting. On 14. Then there's a few of the sort of mini species. What else have we got in there? We've got a black goby, a tompot blenny. What's that? 6. And I'm sure we had another little one in there somewhere as well. Yeah, we do. We've got 2 gurnards. We've got a tub gurnard and a grey gurnard. Then we've got 2 wrasse species. Corkwing, no, we're not going for corkwing, we're going for a rock cook and a cuckoo. So that's 20. There are another 2 that I've forgotten about. What are they? Damn it, I was so close. 20 out of 22. Said dab already, yeah. Gordon's trying to remind me here.
Sea trout.
Nah, it's nah.
Mackerel.
Nah. Yeah. So far we've got 20. There's 22 in total. And we're going to try and catch them all. Going to make it a little bit of competition, but it is a team effort at the beginning. But we'll see who can get the most out of the two of us. So catch 22. A little challenge for 2025. Those two are annoying me now. I'll come back with them. Dragonet and a short spine sea scorpion. 22.
Right, well, that's got to be on, surely. Yep. What is this? That was a wee shot rod, and it's a codling. Could have this from a langoustine. A cod. We were hoping for bigger ones than them, than that even. Aye. Get him back. That was just that wee lob, close in. I think I'll do that again. Species number?
4.
What's our best here? 9?
11.
Is it 11?
Right, another proper bite here. I just don't want to miss this. I missed it, haven't I? 2 solid runs, taking line and everything. What the hell? This was a slightly smaller bait. A much smaller bait. How did I miss that?
Let me get the next one, I'll get it.
Hmm?
Let me get the next one, I'll get it.
No.
Told you that cast would be a fish. Big slack liner there, and it took some line, so let's see. Something. Another dogfish or something that you see. What, this might be a ray. The runs Alex were getting were further out, so that cast I just did, I whacked it out as far as I could. What have we got? It's another bloody dogfish. Ah well. I thought that was a ray. Oh, that's disappointing. Maybe another forceps job. Well, getting to that time of the day, losing the light. If Alex pans in, look at that fog moving down the loch. Now a fun drive home. Well, we've caught fish. I want to try and remember them here. We've had whiting, dab, dogfish, codling and a langoustine, which we decided to keep. Another bite in the rod there. It's high tide as we speak. Aye, so in case nothing else happens, we lose the light, thought we'd do this wee cheerio. Alex, your rod's going on off. Right, it's rattling away there. Just you ears, you've missed all your bites a day. Do you know it's true? I think that's three, excuse me, that's 3 good runs he's had. Taking line off the reel, screaming off, and he's failed to connect with a fish. It might have been raised, to be fair. The dogfish have all, you know what dogfish are like. Pretty much hook themselves. So, for us, this is the last video of 2024 for us. So we'll be heading up the road just shortly. I think that's a fish on, isn't it, Alex? See if this is species number 5. What have we got here? I've tipped up some weed maybe in. I think whiting, codling. What is that? Oh, a new species?
It's a ling.
Is that a ling?
It's a ling.
Is that a ling?
It's a ling.
You sure that's a ling?
It's 100% a ling.
Ah, superb. I've not caught one of these for about 10 years. I did not expect a ling on that rod. Now these are a member of the cod family, am I right? But this one's too wee for eating her. I caught 2 of these one day, about £10 each. And I could tell off my mate at the time that they're crap eating. We threw them back for the seals. I caught a picture there, Alex. There we go, the first ling caught on Angling 360. Cool creatures. I thought that was one of them rocklings when it appeared.
It's the size of a rockling.
I think there's a bigger one out there. We'll get him going back here. Lovely fish in it for it's almost like an eel really, isn't it? That's just, there you go, it just shows you. When you least expect it, you get one. We've been trying for a ling for ages. Various locations, marks and stuff like that, and never ever came even close to getting one, so, although it's only a wee one. But Alex made a good point there. If a small cod is a codling, is a small ling a ling? Crack ourselves up. But as we were saying, just to wrap up this video, that's 5 species now plus the langoustine. So it's been a no bad day. Could have been worse, we could have blanked totally. So until the next one, wherever that may be, see you then, thanks for watching.